Value of Wrestling, the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting.
It's your boy Miguel Z with the Value of Wrestling New Japan Rebound Podcast. I've got a guest for you folks at Stockton Con.
What up, everybody? AJ Kirsch here, the voice and the host of Stockton Con. The Value of Wrestling is awesome, so subscribe on YouTube. Scan the QR code right here, now. Subscribe, check it out.
There we go.
You'll be glad you did.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, that boy. Hey, man, shout out to Value of Wrestling. I'm right here with the Big O's, San Jose. We gonna shut this shit down. Love and respect, though, man. Value of Wrestling. Hello.
Man, thank you, brother. Thank
Well, we're here. I guess AEW TBS is having us a little technical difficulties. Woo! What is the wild fluff? What is that? Yes, we are here. We are live. I am live. Who else is going to remind you that MJF is still exists? Because AEW sure ain't, unless they're going to bring him back to be the savior. But it's interesting that Kenny Omega returns next week on AEW TV. Where is he going to fit in? Where is he going to play into this? I don't want to kill my brain cells. Well, don't do that. Don't watch the show, and you won't have to worry about it. Ladies and gentlemen, on the big time, this is the Value of Wrestling. This is your AEW Dynamite post-show review for April 24th, 2024. And, oh boy, I told you. Even Mr. Clark tried to be like, and I was like, no, it is close. It's this close. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, Tony Khan became an on-screen character. Who is he going to align with? Is he bringing Kenny Omega to be his savior? Will MJF come back and save Tony Khan? We even saw Shad Khan on AEW Dynamite TV. Isn't that insane? Shad Khan coming out to the ring after his boy was dropped with some of the softest moves I've ever seen in professional wrestling. At least redacted. It takes some bumps. Tony Khan took the weakest punch in the gut and collapsed like a sack of potatoes like I ain't never seen anything before. Money Mark. Tony Khan again and again proves he's a mark. And I'm a little bit happy, even though I had to watch a show that was ridiculously full of crap. But I'm kind of excited because I get to say, I was right. See, I told you, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Khan was this close to becoming an on-screen character. And tonight, at the end of the show, after the main event, after an IWGP World Title match, is that sinking in for you? After a main event, IWGP title match, the first IWGP title defense ever on AEW Dynamite TV, Tony Khan got beat up by his own buddies that he's been pounding around with in the back going, oh, these are my friends. Oh, now Tony has no friends. Well, I guess some people would say he's probably used to that now. AEW just became WCW officially just now. Yes, they did. Hell, I think Eazy-E and Vince Russo took better bumps than Tony Khan. I don't think there's a worse, but I mean, Jim Cornette, I can't wait for him to have a field day over this because Jim Cornette's taking worse bumps, bigger bumps than that crap tonight. Ay, caramba. I think Dixie Carter took a bigger bump in TNA. I think Bully Ray put her through a table, if I remember correctly. And I wish Mr. Clark was here because he'd be able to acknowledge me on that. But I believe that they put Dixie Carter through a table in TNA. So even Dixie Carter could take a bump harder than Tony Khan. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You don't know what you're doing with it. It's all going to collapse. Ted Turner had billions and billions of dollars to try to make WCW great. Powers that would be took that away from him. Dixie Carter tried to make TNA great. Now it's just considered the cockroach of wrestling because it just won't die. Which there's nothing wrong. TNA's doing some good stuff over there at some points. They get a little hot, they get a little cold, they keep, pulling you back in every once in a while. Yes, Dixie went through a table, so there you go. And now, Tony Khan, Tony freaking Khan. There we go. Mr. Paul, Mr. Clark and Mr. Z are both in the chat, and they are telling me, yes, that Stephen Dixie Carter got put through a table and took a harder bump than tonight's Tony Khan. I ain't never seen that punch in the gut. I've seen 4-year-olds, 3-year-olds that hit harder than that. I've seen 2-year-olds that'll suck you harder than that. If you've ever been a parent, I can bet that your kids at a whole lot younger age nailed you much harder than Jack Perry softly love tapping Tony Khan in the gut with the mic. And then they gave Tony Khan what was formerly the Dave Meltzer driver. Everybody, they gave him the Meltzer driver. I'm like, didn't they just change that to the TK driver? Did they not just change that recently? So Tony Khan taking the move named after him. Congratulations. Give the man his cookies and milk. He just became an on-screen character, and I think it was Sunday. We had this debate, and I was saying he was this close to becoming an on-screen character. Because who's going to stop the EVPs? Who's greater than the EVPs? How do they work this out? I don't know. We know that Kenny Omega is going to be on next week's show. Not in a wrestling capacity, I'm sure. I don't think he's ready for that. But what role is Kenny Omega going to pick up now? Because they did mention, I think it was Matthew Jackson said who takes over if Tony Khan's not here, basically. So Omega's probably going to show up and be running AEW TV. Will Tony Khan be a full on-screen character? He's already an on-screen character. He'll be back. He's got to come on screen. He's got to answer for it. He's got to build his little groupies, his little team. Oh, will this be Hangman? Will this be Omega? And will this be MJF? This is how we're going to bring back Omega and MJF and Kenny Omega to be the saviors of AEW from the new elite? Is this what I'm sensing? Is this what I'm smelling? Oh, I don't like the taste in my mouth. As I'm thinking about this further, I don't like this taste in my mouth. Tony Khan, congratulations. You are the redacted of AEW. Congratulations. You made yourself an on-screen character by no choice, and then now they're going out there and being stupid. And now you got Shad Khan out there, which I don't know how that's going to play out. Is Shad Khan going to take over and suspend the elite? And Jack Perry, is he unsuspended or is he suspended again? Or is he still indefinitely suspended? Or did he get unsuspended to get resuspended? Because here's the thing. If you fired Punk for attacking Perry, and suspended Perry for his issues with Punk, what are you going to do with the new elite? Are you going to be able to make that make sense? I'm only saying, I'm looking at who is, okay, you got to look at it. You got 4 people in the elite. You have the young tampon trash. You have soft serve ice cream, vanilla Okada. And now you've got the pisswiser excuse of a scapegoat, the running joke called Jack Perry now on one side, and now Tony Khan needs friends. Well, Hangman and Omega would be 2 guys because they got kicked out, so they have issues, but you need 2 more men at least there. And who else would be a big name to line themselves with Tony? Who's the line to come back as a babyface? MJF. It may feel off, and I understand why you're saying that, but I'm looking at who's available and who would be the biggest pop and who could align themselves with Tony and Moneybags and, we're going to have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. But that's why I'm throwing MJF out there. Just off the top of my head. Is there anybody else that you could really do, unless they're signing somebody else that we don't see coming to assist with that? I just don't know. So it's going to be very, very interesting how that plays out. Excuse me one moment. Okay. Sorry, I have a sick kid and getting an update status. Anywho. Oh, I don't know. I don't even know where to begin. This show was crap. Let's see. I'm just curious what people have voted on this. One person. Oh, well, okay. We got 5. So 2 people thought it was good, and 3 people thought this is. Yep, AEW's in trouble. Now I don't mean like AEW's gonna die. Let's not get that twisted. I just think they're in trouble. Let's go Goldberg. If Goldberg wouldn't wrestle for Tony Khan because he thought it was cheesy before this, I'm telling you, he's not going to be happy with it now. That's for damn sure. I don't know how anybody thought this show was good. I'm sorry. I mean, you have your right to your opinion, but I can't tell you where I can even give credit to this show. AEW's not dead. They have plenty of money. They're not going to be in a financial spiral, but they're in trouble because the way they looked after tonight, after a major pay-per-view where they've gotten all the raves and reviews, have the greatest match in the last several years in wrestling, one of the greatest matches in wrestling history. If you want to learn to wrestle, you need to go watch Ospreay Danielson match. That's that type of level, and that pay-per-view wasn't a pay-per-view that I was real thrilled with. I didn't think Okada and Pac was great as many other people thought. Anyways, Meltzer gave Ospreay and Danielson 7 stars at this point. Anywho, so I thought it was a good pay-per-view, an average pay-per-view for AEW. They had one really good match, in my opinion. A lot of other people thought this was an amazing pay-per-view, the best pay-per-view, blah, 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 blah. Cry me a river, whatever. Don't agree. It's okay. But the kicker to that is they gave us this show that just didn't feel like anything. It's not good. Anyways, Dynamite's here. Swerve Strickland's here for the World Championship. We're going to review Ospreay and Danielson a couple of times. We talk about Double or Nothing. The Elite arrive in their Ford this week. They didn't get to ride up in a Tesla truck. They rode up in a Ford, and then right behind them, the scapegoat Jack Perry arrives. They come in looking like I guess a Wish version of Evolution, if I'm going to be nice. And I'm hoping I don't sneeze here in a second, so forgive me. Anyways, we go from them coming in the ring to Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta. Orange Cassidy music's come on, but we don't see Orange Cassidy for a minute. Finally, he flies through the back, and here comes Trent Beretta, beating this not an Orange Cassidy to the ring, and meets him down. He then calls out Trent. He calls out Chuck to make a decision. That way to waste your champ. Oh my, yeah, I haven't gotten there yet. Slow your roll. Slow up. Put the brakes on. Let me get there. Okay, let me get there. We're going to get there. I promise you we're going to get there. Anyways, Orange Cassidy was out here. Trent, it's like, Chuck, you need to choose sides. Chuck basically calls Trent a piece of crap. And he doesn't want to have a wrestling match with Trent. He's going to have a parking lot match with Trent. And that match, which we opened Dynamite to set up a card that's going to be booked for Rampage on Saturday due to the NBA Finals. So we're getting another 3 hours of AEW's worst TV program, Collision and Rampage, tied together for 3 hours on Saturday. And the big match for that's going to be Chuck Taylor versus Trent Beretta in a parking lot match. So what we did on Dynamite tonight is supposed to make you want to watch Rampage. Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta open Dynamite to get you to watch their match on Rampage. Somebody want to, I mean, they're not worthy to have this match on Dynamite, but we'll let them open Dynamite to set up a match that nobody really cares about, because who cares? I'm sorry. Trent Beretta going heel, cool. Let him go do something else. Chuck Taylor, oh yeah, and the great thing, everybody's flipping out. Chuck Taylor got to talk. Cool. AEW, their booking, their creative, and Tony Khan have done nothing to make you care about the other 2 members, the best friends. They've always been side acts to Orange Cassidy. I could get Trent Beretta wanting to turn heel. I can kind of get that story, but you put Trent and Tuck in a match. It's a match. It'll be good. It'll be a good street fight. I'm sure they'll give us a good match. They'll do something great, but there's not enough here to get excited about. And we had so many audio issues tonight, and Tony Khan came on and tweeted and said, oh, it's on TBS's side. TBS is having issues. I'm like, I don't know about all that. So Moxley said something about the IWGP title, about Powerhouse Hobbs. I don't know what it is. But then we got our opening contest tonight. Your new AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland, is opening Dynamite not even opening Dynamite. He's the first match on Dynamite after a foreign opener that didn't get much of a reaction. He's taking on Kyle Fletcher, which God knows Kyle Fletcher hasn't won a match since October of last year or been on a part of a winning match since last year. But he's getting an eliminator match here, so if he beats Swerve, he would get a title match. And so you ask yourself, what does Kyle Fletcher have to do here? When's the last time Kyle Fletcher did anything to deserve anything? It's not like he's even in the top ranking. It's not even like he's anybody. Why are we just giving eliminator matches to people that... Can we make it make sense? Probably not. And why did Kyle Fletcher get stopped by Swerve twice and still kick out? He got stopped twice, so did Joe, and Joe lost. But Kyle Fletcher's stronger than Joe? Anyways, we get a trio that hurts into a Swerve stomp for a 2 count, and then we get a house call. This match went 14 minutes and 41 seconds. And it is what it is. It really is. I mean, I don't know what to say about the match. The match was a decent little match. Kyle Fletcher could definitely go with the in-ring work. I hate it. I hate that my sense of AEW and not being excited about it takes away from the people that are in the ring, because the people in the ring, the talent in the ring, Swerve and Fletcher in this case, are good talent in the ring, but I can't get invested because I just feel like, why get invested in these guys? I mean, they're good in the ring, but I'm just like, it's so and feels like nothing. I mean, how do I know Swerve's not going to lose the world title by the time we get to Double or Nothing at this point? And next week, we're going to find out who's going to face Swerve in some type of setup. So we have to wait till next week to see who's going to face Swerve, because AEW doesn't believe in rematch clauses. Anyways, Kyle Fletcher, well, goodbye. I wish it was a good match in ring, but it doesn't do anything. Kyle Fletcher, why do you care about Kyle Fletcher? What has he been doing to build up or feel important? He had a great match against Ospreay, but he lost. And he lost his next match. It's just like, why are these people here? You don't do anything to present them in a way that we should care about them or be invested in them, and then they're in a match, and it's like, yes, the talent in the ring can do great things. Yes, AEW can say they have the best wrestling, or the best wrestler, or the best wrestler, or the best wrestler, whatever their stupid statement is now, stealing from WCW, kind of, where the big boys play. Yeah. Anywho, they have great ring talent. I can give them that. But when it comes to matches like this, it's just like whatever. And then when you know Willow Nightingale is getting a coronation moment, her championship celebration moment, she's getting this moment where she's being celebrated as the AEW TBS champion, and Swerve, your new AEW world champion, is not getting a celebration moment. Why is he even having a match on Dynamite? And why is he sort of opening the show? And why is the AEW World Champion not the main event, but the IWGP Champion? A title that's not even a part of your brand. It's only on one of your talent getting the main event spot. But that didn't even really get the main event spot, because Tony Khan decided he needed to overshadow that, and we'll get to that here in a moment. The chat's really quiet. Have I pissed everybody off? Anywho, Thunder Rosa is here with an interview. She's happy. Here comes Deonna Purrazzo. Guess what? They're wrestling on Collision. So we wasted more time so they can wrestle on Collision. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. We look at Bryan and Danielson and the Will Ospreay's match. You can go watch it on replay on demand. Go watch it. Then we got Shirakawa versus Anna Jay here. Mariah May out with Shirakawa, who's from Stardom. And, yeah. May offers a distraction, though, and Shirakawa grabs a roll-up for a pin at 8 minutes, 55 seconds. Shirakawa, not even an AEW star, from Stardom. Friends with Mariah May, their former tag team partners in Stardom. Get the pin over Anna Jay. Anna Jay gets mad and attacks Mariah May from behind, locking her into Queen Slayer. Then Toni Storm comes out and saves Mariah May from Anna Jay. It's Shirakawa. Yeah, can't keep up with this name. It's outside, so Tony saves Mariah May. And then Serena Deeb comes out because when Toni Storm came out to save Mariah May, she dropped the title, and then Serena Deeb came out, picked up the title, and then they drew on her, but the AEW audio issues were going on, so you really couldn't catch all that Serena Deeb said, but basically, she did say the next time she touches that title, it's because she's won it. So I guess we're going to head to Serena Deeb and Tony Storm either next week on Dynasty. I don't know if this will be a match they'll actually book and create and make happen at Double or Nothing. They'll probably rush to it and feed Serena Deeb to Tony Storm. Anyways, that's that. That's that. It's sad. I know. Here's Stokely Hathaway and Chris Statlander, and we get one of the weirdest promos between Statlander and Hathaway, and it's just like, but we get Stokely and Hathaway here, Statlander here, and they do a weird announcing of Will Nightingale. It was weird. It was kind of cringy. Nightingale comes out. They're here, yada, yada, yada. Here comes some CEO, Mercedes Moné. Sasha Banks, Sasha Hancock. Please get off my TV. You're not wrestling. Go back to the Bel Air because the Banks is not working in AEW. We get a stare down. We get a back and forth. Eventually, Mercedes looks to leave, but Statlander grabs Mercedes. Mercedes turns and slaps the snot out of Will Nightingale. Statlander gets between them and pushes Nightingale back and holds her back while Mercedes Moné leaves. Does nothing. Not excited. Don't give a damn. Are you excited for Mercedes Moné and Will Nightingale? Will Nightingale's losing her TBS championship at Double or Nothing. It's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. It's accept it. Just learn to eat it, take it, and lick it. Because you don't gotta like it, but you're gonna learn to love it, and that's just the facts. Mercedes Moné's first match. You really think she's gonna lose to Will Nightingale? Anyways, we see earlier the elite went into Tony Khan's office, and now we see Jack Perry leaving. What's his name is out there asking Perry, "Oh, are you back?" No, he won't say anything. He's asked Okada-san. No comments. Eventually, Matt Jackson says that things are uncertain, but Khan has agreed to meet with Perry live tonight in the ring. So Tony Khan's going to put himself on TV in the ring with Jack Perry, the man that he blames for everything, suspended indefinitely and sent away. And now he's going to meet him in the middle of the ring, and it's all going to be hunky-dory, yay. Anyways, we get a Double or Nothing gauntlet match. The winner of this gauntlet match is going to get an international shot at Double or Nothing for the international title that Roderick Strong has. So out first, we had Jay White with Dante Martin, but apparently there will be more added. It was really weird because there wasn't a timer. There wasn't anything. It was just the first person to get a pin or submission wins. So that's key. And it's a gauntlet match, which I thought a gauntlet match is you pin somebody and the next guy came out. But no, this was like a weird Rumble gauntlet. I don't know. People randomly came out at different times. Nobody understood any of this. Even the commentator team didn't know what was going on. Because eventually, Penta's music hits and Penta comes out. And now we have Penta, we have Jay White, and we have Dante Martin. And then whenever somebody gets a pin, then we'll stop it. And then eventually in comes Kyle O'Reilly, looking like he finally shaved his beard and got a haircut. Then we had Will Ospreay come in. And him and Jay White have a stare down, and everybody's like, yeah, this is going to be fun. And then Lance Archer comes out. And then at number 7, Commander comes out because somebody needed to take the pin. Eventually, we get a Liger Bomb, Ospreay, White. Eventually, Jay Lethal comes out. Who knew he was actually still around? I guess, Jarrett didn't need him for anything tonight, so he comes out. Ospreay eventually tried to go for the Tiger Driver 91, and remember, he retired it. Commander hit a Salido's Lido on Riley, and Ospreay hits the hidden blade and gets the pin in 18 minutes, 37 seconds. Ospreay is now going to face Kyle O'Reilly at Double or Nothing. Not Kyle O'Reilly, sorry. Will Ospreay's going to face Roderick Strong at Double or Nothing for the International Championship. Get excited, because you're going to have a new International Champion. Because you really think Will Ospreay is going to lose to Roderick Strong? Tell me why. Exactly. Then after the post-match, Undisputed King comes down. They all have a stare down. Good stuff. Roderick Strong and Will Ospreay probably have a good match in the ring, but Ospreay beating Roderick Strong because I don't see where you let Ospreay lose. He needs to be built up to be what he is so he can go for the World Championship, but I guess we're going to give Ospreay a title early. I don't know. I guess you got to give Okada, Ospreay, and Moné. your 3 newest signings of titles as quickly as you can, and Ospreay's the last one. Tell me why. Anybody here? Is anybody listening to me? Have I chased everybody away? Anyways, am I still on the air? It looks like I'm still on. Here is Chris Jericho. He's out to celebrate the FTR or the FTW Championship. He decides the new title means the for the world title because he did it for all of them. Taz is unhappy. He talks about he did it for it was God's plan, or he did it for God. If God's Terry Funk, it's Hook's fault. Hook forced him to hit him with 2 Judas effects in the baseball bat. And Jericho's out here acting, I don't know. It sucked. Anyways, Big Bill came out. He wants to be under the learning tree of Chris Jericho. Jericho said, I'll be watching you. And Jericho's going to probably build a new hill stable under the learning tree gimmick. Been here, done that. Jericho needs to go away. Goodbye, Jericho. Goodbye. Anyways, Don Callis wants to know why Will Ospreay didn't hit the Tiger Driver, but Ospreay was worried about hurting someone. Callis says Fletcher would have lost anyways. Fletcher isn't pleased and says the family is winning a title tonight, which leads us to the IWGP title match: Powerhouse Hobbs versus Jon Moxley. So, yeah, the IWGP World Title match, your main event: Powerhouse Hobbs versus Jon Moxley is here. This wasn't a very good match. It didn't help anybody. Moxley eventually grabs the rear naked choke, chokes out Hobbs. The ref calls the match at 10 minutes, 50 seconds. And I agree, this was really, really rough and probably the worst match Moxley has had. Almost half of it was spent brawling on the floor, and then Moxley fought back, just won with a choke and a really flat finish. And that is the truth. It was a very, very flat finish. After the match, Take a Shit came out and signals around his way, said he wants the title match. He wants the title belt. He's coming for the title belt. So I guess we're going to go there next with Moxley and Takeshita for the IWGP title. IWGP title is going to be defended on AEW TV more and more now. Mr. Miguel, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about the IWGP title being defended on AEW TV? Hi. We didn't cut to the back where Shibata is with Renee Young. He wants a shot at the FTW title in FTW rules, so he's taking on Jericho next week. And he's using his phone, so, you know. That was your show, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, other than the fact that we're going to talk about the aftermath, the end here in a second, but that was your show. After a big pay-per-view, this was your show. You made Swerve look half important, and if that's the illusion of what we're getting to be Swerve's future as world champion here, I think it's going to be a short-lived championship. And it's disrespectful for everything Swerve done. I think it's a shame. Anna Jay losing again, nobody cares, sadly. We had a weird gauntlet match where Ospreay wins as a surprise. He's going to face Roderick Strong, and then Powerhouse Hobbs versus Jon Moxley for an IWGP title match that shouldn't have ever happened in the first place. Was ridiculous. Anyways, thank God we did get an overrun tonight. I guess that's the one thing we can be excited about. Thanks for that. But what we got at the end, Tony Schiavone brings out Jack Perry. He's in the middle of the ring. The fans sing, "Oh, Cry Me a River." He talks about the great times he's had in this place, in this business. Perry requests Tony Khan to come out. Jack Perry didn't come out to anything, no music, no nothing. He just walked out there, very boring. Khan comes out, no nothing for Khan. Perry wants to shake hands and bury the hatchet. So they shake hands, they hug it out. Perry gets that cheesy grin. He raises Tony Khan's hand and then punches him in the gut. Perry did not deck Khan. He punched him in the gut very, very gingerly. Khan just went, he folded like, oh great, now I lost my earpiece. That sucks. Oh, it's in my pocket. That's a good catch. So Khan falls, and out come the Bucks and Okada, and they're like, why? Why would you do this? That's not cool. And then the Bucks get Tony Khan up, and they look like they're about to hit an EVP driver. on Tony Khan, and then they're like, no. And eventually they set Tony Khan up for a Tony Khan driver that was super soft. Also, the Bucks thank the fans. Everyone leaves. Eventually, all the referees come out to check on him, on Tony, while the Elite in there. Finally, the Elite go and leave, and then here comes all the refs. Or like these wrestlers, the undercard wrestlers. I think there was Commander and Dante Martin and his brother and some other masked people, and all the low end card guys of this company are coming out to be there for Tony. No Adam Copeland, no Sting, no Hangman Page, no Swerve, no big guys. Jericho didn't come out there to save Tony Khan. That's his buddy. I mean, who else is in this company that should have been there to come out and save him? No Shibata. All these people getting paid and nobody comes out to help Tony Khan. Will Ospreay didn't even come out there to check on Tony Khan. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. But yeah, Tony Khan eats it. We get to see Shad Khan on TV for the first time ever on that AEW Dynamite programming. Very interesting to see him out there. And like I said at the beginning of the show, it's going to be very interesting how this all plays out, how this is all going to fold into one another. What's going to be the story going forward now that the Elite have turned on Tony Khan? It was said, oh, who takes over? Who's next in line for Tony Khan if he's not there? I guess the Young Bucks are going to take over TV maybe. We know that it was announced that Kenny Omega's coming back next week. What role is he going to play? Tony Khan made himself an on-screen character, whether he likes it or not. And the man who said he was never going to be an on-screen character has crossed over and done it. Congratulations, Tony. You're an idiot. You're dumb. You're going to ruin everything you have built up and everything you have worked for. For what? I don't know. This storyline's already just stupid, dumb, bad. Just... this doesn't help anything. The tampon Bucks need to go away. They're the least watched thing on TV. If you don't look at your ratings, Tony Khan, to see when the Young Bucks come on, everybody clicks away. And you're getting the same treatment for Okada. They're getting go away heat. They're not getting like heel heat. They're just like, blah, nobody cares. It is a freaking shame how the mighty have fallen, how the mighty have come down this far, how it has just become what it is now. Yes, Tony Khan booked himself over his new world champion. That legit made history on Sunday and failed to begin his next program going in next. Yeah, Tony Khan booked himself over his world champion. That legit made history on Sunday. The world champion, Swerve Strickland, failed to begin his new program going into the next pay-per-view. Ending the show with a hot angle. The women's division got significant airtime. A great gauntlet match. Ospreay and Okada are being booked great. Some people are smoking that stuff Tony Khan's giving away. The Elite going full NW over by taking AEW over is the exact kind of angle the company needs right now. Oh, jeez. Is this what this is? Is the Elite basically the NWO? Is Tony Khan going to pull an Eric Bischoff and join the Elite? Is it all part of the game? This is not. I like this. Shad Khan wondering where his money's going. Yep, that would be the question. Yep, this is a good one. He got hit in the stomach by a microphone and just lost consciousness. Yeah. This was just... I don't know where we're going. And Tony Khan has the NFL draft tomorrow, so will you be wearing a neck brace? Will you be selling this at the draft tomorrow? I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to feel. I don't even know what to think. If you thought this was good, I'm glad you can find goodness in this. This was bad after this pay-per-view. This is the Dynamite. This is the show you want after Dynasty. This is what you want to see. I don't know. I could sit here and ramble and rant, and I'm through. I'm holding on to a bigness of hope that I can come on here and give some relative entertaining stuff. on a show that is just terrible. Oh, what can I say? It's a mess. It's a hot mess. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have Dynamite next week. We'll see if it gets any better. This has been your AEW Dynamite post-show review for April 24th, 2024. I don't know where this goes down in the annals of time or history, but boy, this wasn't good. AEW's in trouble. Not financial trouble. Not that they closed down, but they're in a place that I don't know what's going to happen. Fans are going to give up. It's coming. There's only so much, and I don't think this is the right direction. And I know a lot of people are going to be out here praising Tony Khan and giving him the hype and selling Tony Khan, but I can't say this is the right direction for AEW. Tony Khan never wanted to be an on-screen character. He just made himself an on-screen character. I told you all it was coming, and people were mocking me. People were disagreeing with me. People said, no. I'm like, yeah, he's going to become an on-screen character. You see, EVPs are going to be the heels. Tony Khan's going to have to stop him or bring something in to stop him. So Tony Khan's going to have to bring his dream team. I guess we're going to have to figure out who the fifth man is going to be. It'll be a 5-on-5 Springs, a stadium stampede, 5-on-5. Tony Khan will get his 5. Who will be the fifth man for the Elite? I guess this is the Elite trying to bring Bullet Club NWO into AEW. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like this, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you're watching this later, always feel free to drop your comments in the comment section down below. Join in the conversation each and every time we're here. Tomorrow, you will see This Week in Preview coming out tomorrow, which will give you everything coming from Thursday to next Wednesday, all of the wrestling shows and what is going to happen on those matches. And give me what's